Hey Glam Squad, welcome back to Beginner's Guide to Makeup, the series that helps busy women with their makeup struggles in just a few easy steps. For a lot of us, this has become the new normal, so in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my top makeup and skincare tips to make you feel more confident in yourself when having to wear one of these dreadful masks. My first tip is that less is more, and this is in regards to both makeup and skincare. We all know that a lot of heavy makeup and not looking after your skin can irritate your skin just as much as using too much, which leads me on to tip number 2, and that is to avoid skincare with a lot of harsh ingredients. Your skin needs natural oils, so if you're washing your face too much or if you're using a lot of harsh ingredients or a lot of products on the skin, it can break down your skin's natural acid mantle, which protects your skin and can cause your skin to be a lot more vulnerable to irritation. So if you're using retinol, which is an amazing exfoliant, it can dry out the skin, and then that, along with wearing a heavy mask on your face all day, sweating and like stripping your skin of its natural oils, can just really freak your skin out and just cause it to break out or to become extra sensitive. So during this time, we just want to be a little bit careful on what ingredients you're using on your skin. So basically, just keep it simple. If you have dry skin, use products with hydrating properties. If you have oily skin, use products with salicylic acid. And if you're suffering from a lot of breakouts, you can use spot treatments at night before going to bed. Now, if you suffer from redness, irritation, sensitivity, or maybe eczema, you want to stay away from a lot of fragrance products. I have dry skin, so I'm going to share with you some of my favorite products I've been loving during this time. However, skincare is so personal and one product isn't going to suit all, and you really have to take the time to experiment with products, also know your skin and know your ingredients as well. But these are just my top recommendations at the minute. I've been loving the CeraVe Face and Body Cleanser. You can pick this up in a pharmacy for under €20, and this was formulated by dermatologists, and it's also fragrance free. So it cleanses the skin and hydrates the skin without stripping the skins of its natural barrier. It's just such a lovely product. Now, it isn't a great makeup remover as such if you want to remove your makeup first and then use this as a cleanser, but this is a really nice gentle cleanser that doesn't irritate your skin. It's also got hyaluronic acid in it, which is a humectant, and I'd highly recommend because it holds on to moisture, so it means that it's going to hold on to moisture in your skin throughout the day. You can also get moisturizers as well, and again, I'd highly recommend because they're so lightweight on the skin. This also has hyaluronic acid in it, and it's nice and lightweight, so it's not too heavy on the skin. So this would be a nice base or a primer to put underneath your foundation. It's for normal to dry skin, and again, it's got hyaluronic acid in it, and it's non-comedonogenic, which means it doesn't clog up your pores. So that is an amazing brand to look into if you want something nice and simple, or if you have very sensitive skin. Speaking of hyaluronic acid, I'd also recommend the Good Molecules hyaluronic acid. So it's just a little dropper. You can put a little bit into your moisturizer, or you could use it as like a serum before your moisturizer. And again, highly recommend hyaluronic acid because it's a humectant. It's nice and gentle on the skin, but it also locks in moisture as well, which is really good if your skin is extremely dry. If you just want a good moisturizer with an SPF, I'd highly recommend the Dermalogica SPF 30 sunscreen. This is amazing because it is like an amazing SPF first of all, but also it's got a blue light reflector on it, so it's also going to protect your skin from the blue light that's in your laptop or your phone. So this is going to be amazing if you're not wearing any foundation on your skin, or if you just want something very lightweight. It's going to give you that protection as well. I know you're wearing a mask, but you still want to make sure you have your SPF. I'd also recommend the Dermalogica Barrier Defense Booster, and again, going back to your skin's natural barrier or its acid mantle. If you're exfoliating or anything like that, you're breaking this down, or even having a shower, hot water can break down your skin's acid mantle as well, because it's got a different pH to your skin. It's really complicated, but basically this is a great way of building it back up. So if you are exfoliating the skin, you want to build back up your acid mantle again, or if you're using like harsh products like retinol or anything like that, you want to build it back up. So this is a great way to do it. You can drop a few drops into your moisturizer, or you can wear it as a serum going to bed. This personally is too heavy for me during the day unless I'm wearing absolutely no makeup, but I find it might be a little bit too much with the mask, but I use it as a serum going to bed. And if you want a good pre-cleanse or a good product for removing your makeup, I'd highly recommend the Dermalogica pre-cleanse. So this is an oil, but it literally strips every bit of makeup on your skin. So you'd use this before your cleanser, but it's nice and lightweight. It doesn't strip your skin of its natural oils, and you feel hydrated after it. Like it's not too heavy at all on the skin. Also, another great product if you want something that's a little bit more affordable is the Revolution Hydra Boost Cleanser with shea butter. This is amazing. It's just a cream foaming cleanser. Again, I find this really gentle. It's not too harsh on my skin at all. So this is another great recommendation from me. And so when it comes to your foundation, you either want to keep it very, very simple. Again, less is more. So I'd recommend using less product on your skin. So there's a couple of different ways you can do this. You could use like a tinted moisturizer. I'd recommend the e.l.f. Beauty Shield Tinted Moisturizer. So this would be like a light to maybe medium coverage tinted moisturizer. This has got an SPF of 50 and it's got vitamin C in it, which makes it a great antioxidant. So this I've been loving. This is like my third bottle of the stuff. I absolutely adore it, and it's so affordable as well. But it's beautiful. I always get loads of compliments on it as well. It's really natural, so it's going to even out your skin's complexion, make you feel like you're wearing something without being too heavy on the skin. So that's the reason why I love it, and I like the fact that it has your SPF built into it as well. So if you want to like cut down on how many products you're using on your skin, this is going to have your moisturizer and your foundation in one. And then if you do have oily skin, because it is quite like a dewy tinted moisturizer, so it's great for dry skin, but if you have oily skin, this may not be the right product for you. But if you want to give it a go, I'd recommend using it with some powder to set it in place, or some setting spray. And for all my oily skinned queens or anyone that suffers from redness or eczema, I'd recommend the It Cosmetics CC Cream. So this is a full coverage matte foundation. It's kind of got your concealer and your foundation in one. But the one thing I love about It Cosmetics is that they start with skincare first. So this whole product was formulated around a serum. So even though it is full coverage, it's still not too heavy on your skin. So that's why I really like it. It's got the built-in serum. It's got your SPF. Now this is the matte version. It is oil-free. I would prefer the hydrating one. I have the matte one, which works fine. I'm wearing it now. But if you are dry and you want to use this, I'd recommend going for the hydrating version. But this is amazing full coverage CC cream. So this will give you the coverage if you are looking for something that's a little bit more full coverage, or maybe you're just concerned if you've got breakouts and you just want to even out your skin's complexion, or you want to just feel like you're wearing makeup. This is a really, really good product. So I'm wearing it today, and I find that it stays on the skin. It doesn't move too much. It's not too heavy. It doesn't crack. And a really good tip I have if you're using a foundation is to apply most of the product from like your cheeks up. So you want to start in the center of your face, apply your product. You want to start buffing it out up to your forehead, and then whatever is left on your brush, you want to start blending it down around your mouth and your nose. That way you're not applying too much product on your skin, because you're going to be wearing the mask anyway. And no matter what foundation you choose, like I could recommend tips and different foundation until the cows come home, but at the end of the day, makeup is makeup and it will transfer onto the mask, but you can limit the amount it's going to transfer onto the mask. So I wore this mask for an hour before I filmed this video, and you can see there's a little bit of staining, but not that much, not compared to, you know, wearing a lot of foundation. So I recommend that tip, just less is more around the mouth. You're going to be wearing the mask anyway, and no one's going to see this part of your face. But of course, you have to put foundation on all over. If you do take off your mask, you want to look normal. So that's just a great tip. Less is more, and you can also just apply just a tiny bit of powder just around your nose and your mouth. I find for me personally, my makeup would come off most my nose because of the friction against your nose, and also around your chin as well. So just applying a tiny bit of powder will just ensure that it sets in place. And then also you can finish off with some setting spray. This is a great option if you have dry skin because you don't want to be using too much heavy powders on the skin. And my last tip when it comes to foundation, and this is something I've been doing a lot, is just using a fake tan. So this is the Sosu Dripping Gold Facial Tan, and I pop this on at night before I go to bed. Develops within 4 hours. Sometimes I actually do it in the morning while going to work, and then it just develops throughout the day. I trust it. It's a really good tan. It's not too heavy on me because I actually don't like tan on my face at all. This is the only face tan that I've found that suits me. So it's going to give you a little bit of color on your face if you are maybe just concerned that you're too pale, or maybe you just want to even out your complexion but you don't want to wear heavy makeup. This is a really great option, and then you have absolutely zero transfer issues. When you're wearing a mask, it's covering the majority of your face, so I'd recommend staying away from bronzers and powders and highlights and things like that because it's just going to transfer back on the mask anyway. So I recommend just keeping it really simple. I just applied a tiny bit of blush just on the apples of my cheek just to add a bit of color back to my complexion. When it comes to your lips, again, less is more. I don't see the point of wearing heavy matte lipsticks or lip glosses when they're just going to transfer onto the mask. So I just opted for a neutral lip pencil that's the same color as my lips, or you could just go for like a nude or something like that. And I just outlined my lips just to give some shape to my lips, and then you can just pop on like a little bit of lip balm or something like that just to keep your lips hydrated, because your lips are just as important as your skin. And my next tip is to focus on the eyes. So for some people, if they don't want to wear any makeup on their face, they want to add something to make themselves feel pretty or just to cheer themselves up on a day. You know, it can be really depressing wearing the masks every day. So if you just want something to make yourself feel good, I'd recommend just focusing on the eyes. I think now more than ever, lashes and brows are so important because it's literally all you can see. So if you are in the position where you can get your brows done, I'd highly recommend it. They just frame your face. I just love brows so much. I just got mine freshly tinted and waxed, so I barely needed to touch them. I just got a little bit of pencil and I just filled out any gaps, and that was all I pretty much did to my brows. And then for my eyes, I just added a nice simple look. So I added a nice rose gold shimmer on the lid and then a transitional brown through the crease of the eye, and just popped on some lashes just to tie everything together and just really open my eyes and make them pop. And I do have loads of tutorials on my channel of different eye makeup looks you can create as well if you want to get creative. But just making your eyes and your brows the focus of your look is a great way to just make yourself feel good, and that way you're not actually wearing any foundation on your skin, but you still feel pretty and you feel like you've been done up. My last and definitely not least tip is, it's pretty obvious, but it is important to say, and that is to keep hydrated. So with everything going on with the mask and everything, you obviously want to stay hydrated for yourself, but also your skin only gets 10% of the water you drink. So it is extra important to keep yourself hydrated and drink plenty of water, so your skin is going to be looked after just as much as your body. So that is it. I really hope you enjoyed my makeup tips for wearing the mask for long hours. I have been doing it now for 5 weeks, and they're just the kind of tips that I've come up with. So I hope you found it valuable. Don't forget to give this video a nice thumbs up and subscribe before you leave. If you did find it beneficial, let me know your top tip in the comment section, and I really hope I get to see you in my next video. Bye!